Yo, this is Conan. You're listening to World of Wrestling Podcast with...
What's going on? This is Mark Adam Haggerty, the voice of Chikara, and with King of Trios and our season finale behind us, I am looking forward to an historic 21st season with Chikara. You are currently listening to the World of Wrestling Podcast with Tax and Rich. Take it away, guys.
Hello everybody, welcome to the World of Wrestling Podcast. My name is Rich, and as always I'm joined by my good buddy Tax Williams.
I am so tired.
You've had a long day.
I started this morning with a PT session with Coach Wicked.
Nice, good. Putting the effort in, I like it.
Putting the effort in for all those shows I'm not booked for.
MFH Fitness?
Yeah, MFH Fitness.
Check them
down
out.
in Folkestone in Kent. If
Get
you want to
fit.
get fit, get a semi-six-pack. I don't, but other people do. That's not through the training, that's through my eating.
Oh, lovely.
And I've then had, through my day job, I've spent the last 4 hours at something called an impact session where I can learn to be the best version of myself.
Oh, excellent.
And the chap, who I'm going to tweet later, he said, whilst I'm at these things, and obviously now when we've been doing this for a while, we were all sat down, we want to try and do something a little bit, to get the energy levels up. So I want someone to teach me something new. One girl said, I can teach you how to do ballet.
Short arm clothesline.
Well, he looked a bit disinterested by the ballet and I said, I can teach you to wrestle.
Yes, mate. Excellent.
And he chose ballet.
Ah, boo.
Yeah, exactly. Fuck you, Luke Staton. I'm fairly so. And then obviously, hi, saying over here, we are recording this a couple of days early due to my other commitments.
Sure, yeah.
But hopefully it will still be the same result. I have another fun announcement, which if you are already following me on the social medias, you would have found out. But if you don't follow us on social media, make sure you do, mainly at World of Rest Pod for the podcast.
The Twitter machine.
On the Twitter machine. You are at Fanboy Rich, and I'm at The Tax Williams. And you would have seen recently on The Tax Williams, and probably retweeted by World of Rest Pod, I have a new commentary assignment.
Yeah, man, you just told me about it earlier.
I am going to be doing the English commentary for Pro Wrestling All-Stars in Belgium, because Tax Williams can't get booked in the UK.
That's great, man. As we were saying, it's probably easier for you to get to Belgium for potential shows in the future than it is to get to like Manchester or Birmingham. Like Belgium's so close to us, it's unbelievable. We're right on the coast.
Considering the amount of time it would take me to get like on Le Shuttle and drive across, I could probably get there faster than London.
Yeah, absolutely.
On a train.
Yeah.
So it's insane. So I'm really happy.
It's a half an hour flight to Belgium. It's nothing.
Yeah.
It's so easy.
And from when they used to run flights from Manston, I could have just got there straight away, just out of my house, cycle to the airport, gone and done commentary.
We were joking about we could probably walk there faster than driving, to be honest. Some places,
but,
if there wasn't the ocean thing in the way.
But obviously, thanks very much to Pro Wrestling
Ocean,
All-Stars.
whatever. Sorry, go on, yeah.
Thanks Pro Wrestling All-Stars for the opportunity. I look forward to doing it. And really, really good, tight-knit, family-friendly promotion which promotes everyone in place. Obviously, when I travel over there, I'll be wearing my World of Wrestling Podcast t-shirt, which you can get at amazon.co.uk. £15 helps us out, helps the pod out, means we can keep doing this for you every single week.
Cool. Right. So we are going to be doing
our third trio.
Is it the third trilogy?
Yep.
Cool. I didn't even know how many we'd done. But we started to like throw in these occasional trilogies to kind of give some sort of narrative element between three podcasts in sequence. So we're going to be doing Chikara's King of Trios 2019. We're obviously going to be starting with night one today for today's podcast. We're watching this on the Chikara streaming service.
That's $7.99 for your monthly subscription.
Called Chikaratopia.
Chikaratopia.
Cool name.
You can get a 7-day free trial. In most cases.
So I signed up for this 7-day free trial, looked at my bank account, I was like, I've been charged. So I imagine I'm getting 38 days and I'm paying for 31 of them and getting like another 7 days frfree on the end.
Yeah,
Who knows?
I haven't checked mine, but my account basically says that I have a 7-day free trial pass.
Cool.
So I can cancel that anytime. But give it a look at the promotion, support your independent wrestling scene, but obviously give these guys a try. If you haven't seen them and you don't want to subscribe to this service, it is on Amazon Prime. Season 20 is in place. They were like 3 or 4 months behind.
Sure.
But interestingly, when we first actually got chatting about wrestling, King of Trios was one of the things that you first brought up.
Yeah.
And I wasn't aware of
Okay.
it because we were talking about dream matches and we were talking about ideal like lottery wins and wrestling adventures.
Cool.
Because we were speaking about going to Wrestle Kingdom and WrestleMania, and then you threw out that you'd rather go over there to watch a King of Trios at the time, because I assume this time you're really fully into the product.
There was a certain time period, maybe 5-6 years ago, I guess it would be, that I was really, really into Chikara. It's in what I refer to the dark ages of WWE. It's a joke,
they haven't
obviously.
got out of it yet.
But there was not much other stuff out there, really. There was some good English indie wrestling, obviously, British or whatever. And there was obviously good American independent stuff, but it got a bit, I don't know, the same formula over and over again. And Chikara always felt different to me. It felt like that comic book come to life, wild characters, fun high spots, but then the incredibly intelligent long-term storytelling, which I adore about professional wrestling.
And we get that as well in this night one as well. And we get it thrown back to previous trios tournaments. We get it throughout the tournament as well. So it's going to be great to cover all three.
There's stuff referenced here that dates back 20 years maybe to the beginning of Chikara. Like, I don't know how long Chikara's actually been around. It's around that, I think, now. And so, like, the whole Fire Ant Mike Quackenbush stuff, that is a long term. People
from the get-go.
That's the story longer than some people have been alive. You know, it's really interesting.
Yeah, it's fantastic. And I always like watching this product. I mean, sometimes the quality in ring isn't the best. Sometimes the production values aren't the best. But there's something comforting about watching this product that you can sit down, you can enjoy it, even if there are parts that you're like, that's a bit dodgy. You're not sitting there hating it. You're not throwing stuff at the screen. You're just like, this is like the snuggle blanket of professional wrestling for me.
It's very difficult to watch this and not enjoy the vast majority of it.
Yeah, agree.
You know, from the most cynical, angriest fan, you know, I think everyone would find this. And like, there's bits where you try to get off and go, that was really funny. Or like, oh my Lord, look at this. Like, I'm getting emotional over watching this sequence and this moment in time and the storytelling. It's brilliant. It's really fun.
All I've become disappointed by, and obviously we'll cover this card, that there was no Mr. Touchdown on this show.
I think he's still floating around, but I'm not quite sure.
He was earlier in
extent.
season 20.
Yeah. Okay, good to hear.
But I'm very glad that the Hatfields are still knocking around.
So this event took place on the 4th of October 2019.
So quite a relevant show for us, recent show for us to be covering, like only like 4 or 5 weeks ago for us.
Yeah, that was part of this, is that I wanted to watch King of Trios because I haven't watched Chikara for a while. Okay, so we're at the Goodwill Beneficial Association Hall in Reading, Pennsylvania, USA. Chikara used to have a gimmick where they would name all their venues like the October Dome or whatever it would be. And this, I don't know if this happened on commentary, because on commentary are Jason Heat, our director of fun, apparently.
Of course, director of fun.
And Sydney Bacavella. Bacabella? Oh, I think it's Bacavella.
Bacabella.
Sorry, it's been a while since I've watched Chikara, so like I'm slipping up with some of these names.
Sit back.
But like, I really enjoyed what I could hear of the commentary, but because we were watching the remastered version, the commentary wasn't as clear as I would have liked to have been.
No, it was a bit distorted. It was gravelly.
It was balanced, that levels was a bit off.
Yeah.
So, okay, let's just explain quickly. So, when you get to the end of this show on their streaming service, it's not the match that you think it's going to be, the main event, which we'll get to in a bit. It's the main event from night 2, right?
Yeah. I only first noticed this because Mark Haggerty, who's the ring announcer and the compere, was wearing a different jacket. And I thought, bloody hell, Mark, you're changing your jackets for the main event now. This is really flamboyant. This is top draw.
When he brings out the team that aren't in the match, I'm like, what? What's happening? I think we need to go over this later because it's like the main point of the evening at the end. But we ended up finding the live stream rip. Like, I'm sorry, but like, you know, we had to try and find this match.
We're paying for the subscription service.
You would have liked to have seen the match that happened.
Yeah.
So apparently what happened is that Scott Steiner is in night 1's main event. And I read a couple of comments that literally said something along the lines of, when Scott Steiner started swearing at people, everyone turned on him.
And rightly so, because that's not what Chikara's about.
Chikara is PG.
Yeah.
Okay, it's a self-policing kind of group of fans as well. You know, if one person stands up and starts shouting something horrible or whatever it may be, in the past, usually fans start being like, hey, this is family friendly. This is kids. This is meant to be for everyone. This is an inclusive product. And so we found a rip of the live stream. Okay, and so we've watched this match. You literally have just watched it now. You have to skip over a little bit, but you got the vast majority.
Yeah.
And the audio production is significantly better on the live stream than it is on the remastered version. You can clearly hear the commentary. So I kind of wish I'd watched this live version, to be totally honest.
I was going to say, out of interest, when you were watching on the streaming service, were you listening just on your main speakers on your computer, or were you in headphones when
I
you were
tried
watching?
both.
Because
I tried like EQing the sound as well to tidy it up a bit, and
you're not paid for
difficult.
that. You weren't
No,
booked.
I know, but it's kind of my job, so I'm quite good with audio production, you know. So, but no matter what I did, I couldn't boost those particular levels just for that commentary track. And maybe this is a problem. Maybe they just had one video stream that they took from the live stream. Maybe they had one audio track that was everything involved.
Yeah.
But as I said, the live broadcast seems to be better quality than the remastered version in terms of audio. So that's a bit of a problem, really.
Fair play to the live stream video editor.
Yeah, sure. So this was broadcast live on independentwrestling.tv, but we watched it on Chikaratopia apart from the end bit. What did you think of the commentary team that you could make out?
I enjoyed it. Again, it's comforting. They were excited when they needed to be excited. They got over stories. If you're new to the product or haven't watched the product for a while, they put in the storyline so you knew where they were. Obviously, we'll get to the open match with people like Kimberly being brought in to help out against her will and everything. I liked it, and obviously, again, the stories we get into the Hatfields at the end case of, well, he likes everyone. He's got tattoos of everyone. He's like, but not this guy.
Yeah, some really good one-liners in there as well.
Yeah.
On the lines of Bobby Heenan levels of fun and hilarity, but PG and family friendly.
Yeah.
Not like Bobby.
Tickled me a lot.
So the whole show is just over 2.5 hours. Thank you so much, Chikara. I'm so sick of watching like 7 hours for one show. Like, this is perfect.
Yeah, this is the ultimate. This is the length of attention I can have if I'm going to watch a full show.
Sure, I could do 3 hours. I can do 3.5, 4 at a push. If it's really good quality wrestling.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I know we've said we haven't really covered it, but that's where like AEW was almost 4 hours for Full Gear.
Sure.
And I'm like, I just don't do 4 hours, guys, please.
It was a really good show. I know you haven't watched it yet, but I absolutely adored it. Up until the main event where Kenny Omega and John Moxley essentially did a death match. It's just not my kind of thing.
No.
But everything leading up to that, like some of the stories they put in there, like, there's elements of like old school pro wrestling, like long term there, as well as kind of like just impactful. Here's some fun moments, you know. So, but whatever. It's not about AEW.
On plus point, on the ITV hub, they just replaced that with, I don't know, Havoc and Excalibur having a fight at Shivani's birthday.
So,
allegedly,
what's your history with Chikara? What have you seen? Have you been to live shows? Whatever?
I've never been to live shows because because you had trios tickets, didn't you?
I did. I had trios tickets to the UK one.
Yeah,
I had to bail. Unfortunately, I had to go work, which kind of sucked.
Yeah.
They wouldn't refund my tickets, which kind of sucks. But I managed to sell them to a friend for a bit less than I paid. So it is what it is. Like, I understand.
And they had shows last year, didn't they? Because we looked at doing something in the UK last year, but again, our diaries didn't match up because I think there were a couple of show dates last year.
Maybe. I've done a London show in Shepherd's Bush that was quite good. That was really a Fight Club Pro show with some Chikara guys on it. It was advertised as a Chikara show, but with all companies seem to have done this at some point to us. New Japan, for example, did it with Rev Pro.
Fuckers.
But then I went to the Garage show, which was the first like full-on Chikara show.
Yeah.
Well, they had the title change for Hallowicked.
Yeah.
Which was just incredible to see. But it was a night of all the heels won. And so you came out kind of going, I really enjoyed myself, but for God's sake, just give us like one moment. Like, this is your first big shows in the UK.
That was it. Hallowicked got the belt.
Yeah, but he was the big evil heel at the time, you know? So it is what it is. But I need to point out, this is the show, that Garage show, where I bought tickets that were, I think, second, third row seated. And the day before, I got an email from, I think it's actually the Fight Club Pro promoter, going, oh, by the way, we sold you a ticket that we don't have. And I was like,
shit.
What? What do you mean? And he's like, yeah, we sold out those tickets, but we screwed up. I was like, okay, so what are my options? He's like, you can come and stand. And I'm like, no problem. I'll come stand. My dad lives at the top of Highbury Fields. It's a 5-minute walk for me. I've got no journey to do. I don't mind standing throughout the show. My missus was not so happy about that. But I know the Garage as well. It's like my local venue. I'm fine with it. So we stood throughout the show. But I turned up, and the guy goes to me on the door. I'm like, hi, I'm Rich. The guy you emailed, I understand you screwed up, but whatever. Obviously, I need that price difference refunded to me. Because he was going to do. Should have been about $9 to £13 odd. Like, it was a significant price change. Yeah. 2 tickets, you know what I mean? Well, he hands me a $5. And I go, you got the rest? And he was just like, no, I haven't got any other cash in me right now. I'm just like, are you taking the piss? I was so fucking angry. Oh, damn it. I was trying not to swear on this pod because it's Chikara and PG, but well, it's done now. I was so angry. So immediately I came into that show with this just like, why? Why would you do this to me?
Yeah.
That's so, like, you screwed up, not me, you know what I mean? So as much as I love Chikara, there are certain business practices, like charging me for the streaming service when it's advertised as 7 days free, like screwing me over on my ticket price with the Fight Club Pro guys. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
but
I'm just like, oh, why? I want to love you.
I will counter that with the. I'm sure at some point you've been signed up for the Chikara streaming service in the past, so
a couple of times, yeah.
So they may not give you the free trial, even
Yeah,
though
maybe.
it should say that straight away, saying your account is linked to this, you can't have blah 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 blah.
Yeah. I was thinking about that as we were talking about it, and yeah.
And then also with the tickets, if it's mainly a Fight Club Pro show, that's why we haven't covered you yet, Fight Club Pro.
Exactly. And
Rich has beef with you, Trent Seven.
Not Trent Seven. They weren't around at the time. They were off already doing their thing.
Oh, were they?
It was I don't know the guy's name.
Sam.
Quite a big lad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's always, you see him at ringside and stuff, and that's shady business practices, and Chikara should be on top of that, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. And they wouldn't refund my tickets when I emailed them a month before. You know what I mean? So this business practice I'm not so keen on. It was a lot of money. It's 3 nights.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's, yeah. But anyway, let's move on. I just need to get that out there. I was
audience subject to change.
I was a huge fan of Chikara in what I kind of refer to as that golden period when they started to run the ECW arena regularly, when it was like the height of Fist in the Colony, when you had like, you know, a whole bunch of really talented, like Cesaro was still there, Claudio obviously, right up until kind of around that time when I had those few experiences with them, and like all their roster kind of left at one point.
Yeah, because the last of the big ones was Gulak.
Well, he never technically wrestled for Chikara.
Whoa,
there may have been someone similar in a mask.
Of course, my apologies. My apologies.
At the time.
We'll call him Goo Drulak.
There you go, okay. But like, yeah, there was a few guys left. So they had a rebuilding phase.
Yeah.
But it's the one thing with Chikara that I love, and that I'm sure we've talked about before, where nearly everyone that works for them is Chikara trained. It's Mike Quackenbush's guys with their gimmicks that they work on and the stories they work on. You know,
the same submission you all have to learn.
Absolutely. Not featured on night one at all.
No, but you know there must be a reason for this, I hope, as we go through the tournament.
We shall see. So, astonishingly, I follow a lot of Chikara accounts on Twitter. I'd had none of this sport for me, which I really appreciate.
Yeah.
Because watching this a month or two in lieu, a month in lieu about.
Yeah.
You know,
I don't know anything. All I knew leading up to this was that Scott Steiner was in this with Pete Williams and Jordan Grace. and I thought to myself, well, I hope Mr. Touchdown's in here, and I hope I get to see people from the Colony because I think they're good, and the Hatfields because they entertain me immensely.
Awesome. So we get an opening stinger, match graphics, and a voiceover running down the card for the night. No BS, straight into the venue live for the first match. The King of Trios 2019, first round opening match. All matches tonight are first round opening matches. And this is the one night they advertise as you're guaranteed to see everybody in the tournament on this one night.
Yeah.
I think it's just to try and make sure they get people in for the first night, because night 2 and 3 are usually when they're completely sold out in these big venues and such, So we start with the Crucible of Lance Steele, Ophidian, and Princess Kimberly versus the Velocities, because there's a capital C in there, of John the Dude London, Matt Diamond, and Paris De Silva. So, a ring announcer for the night.
My Twitter friend and commentating buddy, Mark Haggerty.
Do we mention the beginning bit, just in case he does or doesn't?
We will leave the Mark Haggerty surprise until maybe later in the week or next week.
So hopefully there's a surprise in the beginning of this podcast that you've already heard. So there we go.
And if you do, thank you, Mark Haggerty. And if not, thank you, Conan. That's right. We've got friends in the biz. We've got people like Conan and Mark Haggerty recording Fords potentially for our podcast.
Correction, you've got friends in the biz.
They're all friends of the podcast.
His floral ring jacket.
Oh, it's the thing.
Oh, it's gorgeous. Like, I'm totally into that.
I'm not going to lie to you. He's clearly a man similar to myself who's purchases clothing from the Chinese Tat Emporium.
Ooh, lovely.
I mean, that's Tex Williams style level of jacket worn.
It's great, man. Totally into it. Chikara have had an amazing run of ring announcers over the years. From Gavin Loudspeaker to the guy who did the Russian gimmick with the confetti gun whose name I can't remember suddenly.
Tex Williams.
Well, yeah, that too. You don't do a Russian gimmick yet. You never know. Russian Lion.
I mean, I can't wait till I start doing commentary for Pro Wrestling Russia.
So Bryce Remsburg, our referee for the first match, walks out of a huge set. Looks really cool. You can see it when I started studying the set a little bit. It seems to be kind of like a flat pack.
Yeah.
So you can put it in the van or car really easily, but it sets up. Looks like a castle almost, with monitors and a beautiful stage and logos and all sorts. Really cool.
I likened it to tabletop war game scenery on a large scale.
Perfect. Yeah, but giant. You know, I think Quack would love that reference. It's really cool.
But obviously, he's got the money to have video wall.
Yeah, for sure.
Nerds in their basements, or me, don't have. Maybe I do. Don't have money to have video walls in their Warhammer scenery.
I've got one right behind you.
Yeah.
Okay. So immediately the audio is a bit scuffed and the camera's a bit out of focus and there's typical indie like production values. But again, this was live streamed.
Yeah.
This does seem to be the footage from the live stream.
Yeah, it's the audio track that I think has been tinkered with.
Yeah. The audio settings and the camera settings don't really match each other when you swap cameras and things as well. Sometimes it's like, ooh, dark contrast. It's like, whoa, that's bright. You know? So
But I think that was one of the charms of this.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I'm not complaining. I'm just like, it's kind of endearing, I guess.
Do you think if you message Quack and you'd get the similar response that you got from Briley?
And Quack doesn't respond to anything as far as I'm aware. I think I messaged him a couple of times.
Just
going,
Triple H.
Do you I messaged Quack once going, would you just like to comment on this show? Because we're going to be podcasting about it. When I gave a shit back. And when oh, damn it, I swore again. I can't not do it. When I cared about like getting people involved just to see if they had anything to say about their shows, but never had a response from him. I messaged him 2 or 3 times about stuff like, you know.
I mean, I heard he was a fan of the pod.
Them screwing up my tickets at one point. But anyway.
Maybe that's why he's in the message chain. He's like, oh, this guy's complaining about not getting a 7-day free trial when he's already had it. He's complaining my money back that was run by Fight Club Pro. God, all he does is moan.
Putting my words in my mouth now, but like it's fine.
It's a good what a good journalist does.
So the velocities, there's a WWE velocity joke here that I couldn't be bothered to work out. Lads are from Australia.
Yes.
They've got matching gear, really cool looking. I thought immediately, I was like, made an effort, you know.
I have to say as a quick sidebar, again, start highlighting how cool I am. Because these guys are from Australia, so there's a purpose to it.
Okay.
On this week's episode of Total Divas,
okay, yeah.
For some reason they chose.
I tuned out. Sorry.
They chose to take the Iconics out to one of their little parties. The Iconics were feeling homesick, so they dressed it all up to be like Australia. And the fucking retards, for
sweary.
Who cares?
We're past it now.
Had put up the Union Jack across the walls, and they're like, "Hang on, that's not your flag." And the Iconics. I wish Billy Cage going, "You're joking me, right?" She did not do that.
Okay, fair enough.
But anyway, there's the Australian link. There was a reason behind it.
That's cool.
As seamless as the T-shirt plug.
Nicely done. So the Crucible are heels, ominous music, Ophidian's new gear since I last saw him, the mask and the luminous green contacts, like, looks awesome, really cool.
Ophidian was a standout on the last Chikara show, which we covered, which you can find back in our archives.
He's been a standout for a long time.
You can't over the bloody link.
Sorry.
Oh, I was trying to be a professional journalist and you've ruined it. But anyway, you can watch that or listen to that in our archives at worldwrestlingpodcast.com. You can tell I'm tired and grumpy.
It's okay. So commentary do a good job of explaining the history of the Crucible a little bit. And they talk about this Jude lad having a collapsed lung.
Yeah, he's coming back from the injures.
Incredible. Like, really interesting to see this guy coming back from that. Like, that seems like a horrific thing to recover from. Like,
yeah. Well, there are a couple of people who are coming back from long-term injury in this show.
So,
and they get over on commentary as well that Kimberly has been recruited into Ophidian's underground as well.
Yeah. They do a really good job of explaining the story.
And essentially she's fighting under duress for the whole thing. And also it's worth pointing out that this isn't the only Crucible team who are in this trios this year.
Yeah, this is Crucible Mark 1 as I'm putting it.
And remember, the Crucible are always trained to finish their matches within 2 minutes.
That's the idea, yeah. I thought they would have got this gimmick across by having a fast finish at some point.
I thought they were going to have it for the second one, which we'll get to later.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert, they don't.
Yeah, no. They do a good job putting it across in commentary. I imagine something will happen at some point. But the idea is that they're a lethal, trained, like, vicious heel unit that Ophidian's, like, trained to finish matches in 2 minutes, which I'm assuming they've been doing on all the cards leading up to this. So Oh, well.
Because those guys don't want to work. They're paid by the minute.
There you go. It's a nice idea for a gimmick,
Yeah,
though.
I like it.
So 6-person mayhem absolutely ensues, as you might expect from an opener on a King of Trios show. Eventually, a tag team match breaks out at some point, and the Crucible become pretty dominant. A tech guy comes down to ringside to have a chat with one of the camera ops to make his camera focus, and I'm like, come on, mate, you know what's going on. I love you.
I wondered where you were at the start of October. Going down and bullying camera operators.
There are some really wacky camera angles going on. We've got like one on the stage off to the right, up looking towards the hard cam, one on the far right looking across the ring, 2 at ringside, 1 big hard cam. Like, they're going for lots of coverage.
They've got lots of cameras, so they must have had a
Yeah.
lot of people sign up for the streaming service.
Well, maybe so, yeah. I wish it was a bit more organised. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to bitch and moan about camera production because I don't think it's the most interesting thing to listen to all night.
Yeah, and if you want to do that, listen to our last progress.
Exactly. I went off on them a little bit. So Jude double stomps Ophidian and dives to the outside onto Lance Steele, making the tag Lucha, Lucha.
First lucha spot of the night.
Because we are in Lucha rules here.
Of course.
So if you jump to the outside, your feet hit the floor, that's as good as a tag. I think there was a stereo 450s here, but the camera only shows one of them. And you're like, oh, come on, guys. A little bit wide angle, cut to the other camera, you know. The commentary goes, stereo shooting star presses. And I'm like, wait, what?
No,
Just
go with
happened?
it. Go with it.
Exactly. Jude the Dude goes for a springboard Rana to Lance. Lance catches him into a Boston Crab. Lance immediately taps, selling the submission. Your winners are the Crucible of Lance Steele, Ophidian, and Princess Kimberly. Total mayhem, fun opener. A few camera issues and editing issues here and there. I realised we're watching the live stream version immediately. Everything I expect from an opener.
What did you make of the velocities?
They're okay. Good high spot stuff. I don't remember much of it, to be honest. I will say that when I watched the first few matches, I was in the height of my cold. So I was a little bit dosed up and a bit dozy at this point. So, yeah, but I enjoyed it.
I thought they were very good opening match fodder. They could work the high-flying style that you needed to get the crowd into it, and obviously having the Crucible as the established baddies.
Yeah.
And, you know, let's be a Bobby Heenan style character. The Crucible, they're definitely going to win it. They're my pick.
What's the guy? There's one guy from the Crucible that really stood out to me.
What, as in the first match? Or
Yeah,
the
I
second match?
think it was Matt Diamond.
Oh, you mean the velocities?
Yeah.
Yeah, Matt
Sorry,
Diamond was really good.
Yeah, I thought he had a lot of potential. I'd love to see him on maybe some one-on-one and future
Yeah.
endeavors, you know. Not future endeavors, that sounded terrible.
Definitely don't fire
In
him.
terms of wrestling terms, that's awful.
Yeah.
But I'd love to see what he does in the future. Let's put it that way.
I again, he wasn't in this, but on the earlier part of season 20, I came across the first time in Chikara a character called Still Life with Apricots and Pears.
Yeah.
What a name!
There's a few of the Still Life group.
And blank.
Yeah, that's the other ones. They
Yeah.
kind of do these artistic performances in
Yeah.
the ring. I don't know if they're going to be featured in later nights in the tournament, so maybe we shouldn't blow our spot here. But yeah, there's some really out there stuff.
Yeah, the first episode of season 20 was when Still Life was fighting Penelope Ford.
I've
And every
seen
match.
Still Life against Orange Cassidy for Beyond.
Oh my god.
That was, something to behold. I don't know how to describe what I saw, but okay. So we should probably explain that this is a knockout tournament,
Yes, sorry.
so Champions League style. But from like the last 16, we're already into. We're not doing the league rounds. Let's just put it that way.
Thank goodness. We've already got league rounds earlier on in the year for Chikara as well.
That would make for a long tournament.
And
Okay.
a long podcast.
So match number 2, the Karate Cat Extreme with an X of Lucas Calhoun, Missile Assault Man, and Stray Cat, who you might know as Alley Cat,
Yep.
under a slightly different gimmick, I guess,
I bet more whiskers in this one.
versus the Nations
Of
Domination. Yes, high five me.
Don't know why I didn't reach across the table there.
Fine, don't worry. Of Adam Hoffman, Jack Bonza, and Nick Moretti. We are the Nations of Domination. Dun, 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 dun. So cool.
I wonder if they could do that gimmick today.
But these guys aren't, because they're Australian, and Australians not so good with the whole like racial equality thing. But these guys seem
that's
nice.
a stereotype.
I mean,
The Velocities wouldn't wrestle in this match. That's why these guys are in there.
again, matching gear from the Australians, but with like variations on the back half of their trunks.
Yeah.
Super cool. Really into this. I like the lads' crow paint. Like, it looks like Evil Liger, like Moretti, I think his name is.
Moretti had it. And they were the runners-up in last year's trios as well.
Nice research.
So, sorry, the Four Nations were.
I didn't even get a chance to check last year's King of Trios. I've been so insanely busy. Like, having your first kid, you don't get quite as much time to follow pro wrestling.
I wish I was single with no child with the amount of wrestling I could watch.
Okay, so
that's going to make it onto a forward of the pod at some point, isn't it? And the divorce court.
Bloody hell. So, I mean, the Nation guys get in the ring and they literally do the Black Power fist bump thing. I was like, no.
Torito!
I don't think it was meant in that context. I think they were just doing their pose that they do. But I don't know.
No.
Who knows, man?
Absolutely brilliant.
So there is a moment when the video quality completely tanks during this match.
Yeah, it
You're
does,
like,
doesn't it?
Whoops. But it comes back pretty quick.
Yeah.
So it's not so bad. So the Nation lads are constantly dragging the face team into their corner to start with. Some 1-inch punch spots from Lucas Calhoun doing the Elvis stuff.
Yeah.
Really, really fun. Middle of this match gets kind of super silly for a little bit. We get like a kitty belly rub spot with his foot while Moretti's upside down doing kind of freaky Bray Wyatt-esque stuff. Yeah, really good fun. So Stray Cat, Ricky to Robert, hot tag, lots of fun big spots, bunch of pile drivers from the Karate Cats on Moretti. Pinfall gets broken up, not kicking out. Notice this? Like, I love it when like big moves lead to pinfalls that get broken up,
which is completely acceptable.
Absolutely. It's when people start kicking out of everything, we start getting a little bit pissed off with stuff, but that doesn't really happen at all tonight. So Stray Cat gets her head stomped on. Absolutely brutal.
Wow.
Yeah. Nice. Thought you were going to go with the Woucher thing, but I don't know where I was going with that. So the Nations pick her up, throw her into the air, and the third man power bombs her down.
Really nice spot. Really good.
Cool. Really impactful. Fold this kitty up for the 1, 2, 3. And the winners of the match are the Nations of Adam Hoffman, Jack Bonza, and Mick Moretti.
Mick Moretti.
Let me just double check.
Double M.
Is Mick in it?
Yep.
Cool. Mick Moretti. There we go. Sorry about that. Again, another frenetic, high-energy pace match. A bit more structured this time, I thought.
Yeah, the first match was clearly opening Lucha Libre. Everything's all over the show. This one, again, was more storyline driven of the Four Nations were, right, we're runners-up, can we go one further? And I think, again, the commentators got a bit of that over as well. Yeah,
for sure. Like, again, it was hard to pick up some of the audio from the commentary, so maybe I didn't get all I would benefit from. And
also, if you're full of cold, you're not going to be paying attention to the finite details. You're in a case of, why am I watching wrestling when I feel so ill?
It was the one thing kind of keeping me going at the time, to be honest, so it was quite nice. And I got genuine enjoyment for these first couple of matches. It was just...
That doesn't bode well for the rest of this card.
No. I like most of it, actually. But it was just so much fun seeing 6 people in a ring having a good time.
Yeah, and again,
you know?
It was in keeping with what I like to call correct wrestling. Big moves, not kicked out of.
Sure.
High spots, a little comedy bit with a little cat tummy rub. All nice little things I go, oh, that's nice and unique. I've not seen that before.
Brilliantly Chikara.
Yeah.
You know, this is everything you expect. You expect little comedy bits, but then high spot, fun wrestling as well at the same time.
Because that's the thing with the last show we covered. There was no comedy.
Yeah. There wasn't really anything.
That was our one takeaway from it. You know, fun costumes, good in ring. No comedy. Whereas so far, I've had my nice little bits so far.
Yeah.
And
the last Chikara show we did was the end of a kind of a season, wasn't it?
Yes.
So it was all like the big dramatic storytelling.
Yeah, which you'd expect for the finale.
Yeah, absolutely. The one thing I would say coming out of this match is this Moretti lad, I think has a serious future.
Star.
Yeah, if he wants to get out of just the Australian scene and get out to like the levels of Japan or maybe an AEW or something like that, even across the US or British Indies, I think he could have a really good run of it.
Yeah, good in the ring. Good character, good looks like a wrestler.
Yeah,
in the modern day,
really interesting, like safe looking spots though.
Yeah,
doesn't look like a dangerous prick like some people later in the show. So we're 37 minutes into this show, and they've crammed in 2 amazingly fun matches.
Yeah, and it didn't feel
so
like
good.
37 minutes.
Yeah.
When watching this, it was a case of, this is why I like this product.
Yeah,
because nothing stands still. It's enough to tell an in-ring story with narrative from the commentary team that you can hear it. But not enough that you suddenly go, rest hold.
Yeah, absolutely. Even when they do the rest hold bits, it feels like it's in the right spot a lot of the time.
Yeah, the match structure is excellent, which you'd expect. Yeah. You'd anticipate Quack has a big say in the formatting of what they need.
Sure. So I think this is a well-known thing now, but Quack is known for having like a board outside at the back where people write down their finishes and their spots and stuff so that no one repeats the concept as they go through the night as well. Brilliant. Really, really clever.
And in fairness, I think a lot of indie promotions should do that. If you don't have a good locker room, or you've got a locker room who work together on a regular basis, a decent roster, if you've just got a locker room with outsiders coming in, you're going to have so many repeated spots.
I remember watching ROH shows back in the day when they would have AJ Styles come back for special spots and people would be doing his moves throughout the night, and then you get to AJ and it's like, oh, that's what we saw as a finish earlier. You know?
Well, even at the last Wrestling 4 show, that Battle Royal that I was in where I kept getting eliminated and then going back to commentary,
excellent.
There were like tombstone pile drivers in the pre-show Battle Royal.
Yoinks.
And in fairness, Alex Talbot called that out for the last show we did. In this case, if in the pre-show Battle Royal, remember it's a pre-show Battle Royal, not the main event, can you just not do any of the ridiculous like finisher spots, because again, some of the boys might need this.
Yeah, sure. So next up, our third match of the night, the Carnies of Kerry Awful, Nick Iggy and Trip Cassidy versus...
No relation.
Wait, hang on, what?
To Orange.
Oh, okay. Versus, I was thought to you, and I was like, where's your name in here? I was trying to look through the three names. Versus the Legion of Rot of Frightmare, Kobold, and the Broadsword of Nazmal Doom, the most underrated wrestler of all time, Hallowicked, one of my personal favourites.
Hallowicked has, you've seen, been hitting some of the UK indies this year as well.
Has he really?
Yeah.
Good. I'm glad to hear it.
Which is fantastic, because...
How he's not signed up? Like, he must have either a really good job that he loves doing outside of professional wrestling, and this is a fun hobby for him, or somehow his name hasn't been mentioned.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, because
he's the best. Look at that mask and that ring gear and his presence in the ring. You can't see his face.
Exactly.
He's so good.
His storytelling with just pure body movement. I mean, we could probably do a whole podcast on how good Hallowicked is.
He's unbelievable. Like, sign him up, Cody. Sign him up. He'd be perfect for their product. He really would be.
I definitely don't want to see him in NWA Power. Can you imagine what Jim Cornette would think of Hallowicked?
Don't think that would work, no. But think about the Dark Order. Hallowicked comes in as their singles guy to run them.
Oh my God, I love the Dark Order.
He'd fit in perfectly.
Yeah.
You bring in a couple of the other guys. Like, I don't want to wish guys away from Chikara. Like, Hallowicked's a really important linchpin for Chikara.
without him, because again, as him, Ophidian, miss a touchdown, and
Dasher. Yeah.
And Dasher.
Quack, yeah, obviously.
But they're big ones.
I'd say Kimber as well at the moment. She's a real linchpin for them. But like, you think about those 4 or 5 names, that's a really good thing, a base of like top main event stars, you know.
But you need people like Hallowicked to keep the match quality at that top level.
Absolutely. And you can see him kind of holding court here almost.
Yeah.
He's so good in this match. And he doesn't do a great deal either, to be totally honest.
Also has great merch.
Oh, he does. Absolutely awesome merch. So the match graphics, I start to realise, are really tasty.
They're good, aren't they?
They look so cool. They've got like these shadowy kind of backgrounds and animated graphics, and everyone kind of looks like the photographers that they've taken there at the show, so they all match and everything.
I liken it as the overall feel is like ice lightning.
Yeah, nice. Very cool. Very Quack, you know.
Yeah.
That's his kind of gimmick, Lightning Mike Quackenbush, you know. Fits. So, Hallowicked's ring jacket. I just had to mention it again. Every time I see his gear, I'm just like, oh my God. Looks so cool.
I just want to make sure that no one who's in a current roster or under a hood suddenly goes, I'm going to wear that.
Yeah, that is him. Don't steal it. Listen, don't steal it.
Leave Hallowicked alone. Sign him for your show. Don't let any of your other wrestlers have that gear or that character. Just sign him.
Sign Hallowicked, put him on your show, please.
Book him if you're just an independent promoter.
Yeah, let's get Hallowicked out there more, please. Like, I'm so desperate to see him wrestle everyone.
I didn't have my notes here. I'd be buying some merch because I always forget how good it is, and then I forget, and I'd see it again. I'm like, no, I've spent all my money this month on video walls for my Warhammer.
So this match is essentially Demons versus Carnies. Really fun, totally Chikara. The Carney lot are from Nashville, apparently.
Carnies, obviously.
Why not?
They must have run TNA.
Well,
quick TNA sidebar.
That was funny.
Genuine though, quick TNA sidebar.
Go on.
And on like a who do you think you are thing, it turns out that Dick from Ant and Dec is related to Dixie Carter.
What?
I know. I'll retweet the link out later. I'll retweet it from at World of Rest Pod so you can see it. Apparently,
Look at my face right
I
now.
know.
Like, what? How? How does that happen?
Deck off of Anton Deck is related to Dixie Carter. If you're not from the UK,
Bloody
this
hell.
reference will be dead on you, who
Yeah.
Anton Deck are. But just think,
Like childhood stars that now present like a vast majority of TV shows.
just think if
and
you
stuff,
had
know?
like Ryan Seacrest and his childhood mate
There you go.
being presenters,
That's a nice reference, yeah.
and then they'd be related to the Queen, and suddenly finding out how's that link there?
Queen.
I don't know.
All right, so ringleader Nick Iggy and Frightmare to get us started. Iggy tries to go old Joker, but uses like the fingers to do the fishhook thing on his thing. But Frightmare has no hole in his mask, and so he can't do it.
It was so
Like,
good.
it's a really funny spot. But does it to Kobold next, but Kobold's a little bitey bastard. So it's like so good. I love it. The story of this match seems to be Sneaky Rudos versus Sneaky Rudos. Not for the first time this show. The only time this show, I should say. Hilarious stuff. Really, really fun.
This is, as you said, this is classic Chikara.
Massively so. Like everything I tune in for. It's like you get fun high spot, fun high spot, fun high spot. Here's your story. Here's your narrative. Get involved. Enjoy yourself.
Yeah.
You know, I love it. Dive. You would expect from a lucha company. Two big lads left in the ring, Trip Cassidy and Hallowicked. Line on commentary goes, Kobold once gave a kid a dead frog from his pool. Like, that's pretty funny. He lives in a toilet. He's the plunger of Nazmal Doom. Like, really good bits on commentary. Really, really funny. I hate to be that person, but the audio starts to go out of sync here. You can hear it going, hello. I'm just like, oh no, because this is early on in the show, and I'm going to assume they don't fix it throughout the show, and they don't. So, yeah, it wasn't great. So, Trip Cassidy just missed a giant twisting moonsault press off the top, but immediately up to his feet, wandering around. I'm like, didn't fancy selling that? No, definitely
Bouncy
not.
ring.
I'm not.
He's a carny. He can do what he wants.
I get a bit annoyed of these boys not selling so much, especially this Kerry Awful lad.
He's awful.
Literally.
Yep.
Yeah, you're not a fan either.
I'd say everyone on this card is very capable, but Kerry Off was my least favourite competitor on this show we're covering.
I'd agree with that. There's one point where, you know, in lucha, where if you unmask your opponent, they get disqualified.
Yeah.
He unmasks himself. So, does he disqualify himself?
It's carny time.
I was trying to work this out. Does his team get disqualified if you unmask yourself in a lucha match? I don't think so.
I'm going to say no because it's a self-unmasking.
But this is Chikara. This is not just lucha.
Oh, very true. Very true.
Anyway, so using Kobold to attack his teammates, this Kerry Awful guy. So he's like grabbing his hands and like punching Hallowicked and then punching Frightmare. And the fact that these guys have to sell this because it looks terrible. Like, you feel a bit unfortunate almost for them.
But at least the other guys were fully into it. They were properly selling it.
Yeah, of course.
Maybe a bit tongue-in-cheek selling it. Oh!
Yeah.
It was maybe a tad on oversell.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
But, like, I think they had to get this over because it didn't feel like Kerry Awful was going to get this over.
Crowd weren't into it either.
No, not really. They were to start with. It's just when this guy gets in the ring, it kind of went a bit like, okay, fair enough.
Well, this spot they weren't.
No, not at all. So, there's this amazing cool spot where it's like Doomsday your teammate cutter spot. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know how to explain it.
I think that's the most logical explanation that you could have given, to be fair.
By Wicked and Frightmare. Trip Cassidy drags Hallowicked off the top rope. I think he tried to code break him.
Yeah, but he just dragged him off the top rope.
Yeah, and kind of fell onto his legs as they fell down, which is a bit of a botch. For the 1, 2, 3, and you're like, oh, really?
But they do get over again that Cassidy's been Hallowicked's like bogey opponent throughout, so he's the white whale, so to speak.
So Trip Cassidy pins Hallowicked, my personal opinion, the ace of Chikara, clean on a shitty looking, presumably botched finish. So your winners are the Carnies of Kerry Awful, Nick Iggy, and Trip Cassidy. Progressing to the next round.
Disappointed that the Legion of Rot didn't go through.
Yeah, my first time seeing these Carney lads. Not desperate to see much in the future, but we've got 2 more nights to go. So
Yeah,
you never know; they might impress us. What do you think?
I mean, I like Hallowicked, And I thought, well, that's guaranteed. If they go for the next night, then I'll definitely see them next week. I'm sure we'll still see Legion of Rot for the next couple of shows, hopefully.
Yeah.
But I'll be really disappointed now if I don't get to see Hello Wicked or Frightmare, who's also coming up. I like Frightmare.
Yeah, really good. Putting a bit of weight as well, which I think is a good thing. 'Cause he's a very small guy.
Yeah. I'd be disappointed if I don't see those over the next 2 shows.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you will. Especially the 2 smaller guys and the if they still do the King of the High Flyers stuff.
Yeah.
We'll see if they happen. But hopefully this leaves space for Hello Wicked start chasing some more singles stuff.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
Against the reigning grand champion, who we're going to get to see in our next match.
Absolutely.
Oh, the transitions are
Well
on
done.
fire.
So we've got the Creatures of the Deep, of the Cajun Crawdad. My God, this gimmick. Okay. The Murderous Menace of the Deep Murloc. Oh my God, this gimmick. And Oceana. Even her gimmick's really cool.
And Oceana, who is now in NWA Power, wrestling as Ashley Vox.
Cool. Awesome.
Yeah, so
Because
it's
she
good that
used to
she's on there.
wrestle in a tag team with her twin sister.
Okay.
And they used to do it was like a fishy sea under the deep sort of gimmick. And I think she's obviously the more motivated of the two because the other one doesn't seem to be around. Or they both wrestle under the same gimmick.
And wear the same gear.
Who knows, man? We'll
Well,
see.
now I'm confused. I was like, oh, brilliant. That's Ashley Vox from NWA Power. And maybe it's not.
Maybe it's the other one. Who knows, man?
Oh, my God. We're going to have some kind of Bella Ace BS in NWA Power coming up.
But Oceana, at least for this show, really cool.
Yeah.
The gimmick, which we'll go over in a second, so much fun. They're accompanied by the Hermit Crab, who's injured, so can't wrestle
I
tonight.
love the fact that Hermit Crab's got a cast on one of his claws.
Yeah, exactly. Versus the Hatfields and McCoy, not plural. The Grand Champ of Chikara, Dasher Hatfield, his wayward son, Boomer Hatfield, and Molly McCoy, who's wearing Flyers gear, so you can bog off. Let's go Bruins. Anyway, so I've just written a note here. This is all these gimmicks. Please get Tax to explain some of them.
I mean, okay, so let's go with I'll do the Hatfields and I'll let you do the Creatures of the Deep because I think you'll enjoy it a bit more. So,
do you know the story of the Hatfields for the recent kind of like couple of years?
all I know is obviously that they are the family. They've been feuding a lot with Mr. Touchdown over time because didn't they have a tag team together, which was Dasher, Hatfield, and Mr. Touchdown were a tag?
Yes, Dash Hatfield and they're like the American sporting thing.
Yeah.
So Touchdown was the American football guy. Dash was the all-American innocent. He had the baseball mask.
Yeah,
thing
because he's lost the baseball mask now.
with the tash and everything. Yeah.
And now Boomer Hatfield, essentially the black sheep of the Hatfield family, who wears the best mask ever. After we said
Just like his dad's.
just like his dad's mask.
Yeah, used to be.
And Dasher Hatfield has tattoos of all of his children on his body, other than Boomer Hatfield.
Yeah.
They're just so good.
Commentary put this over hard. Really cool.
Oh, loved it.
So, okay. So
And Molly McCoy,
Yeah.
obviously she's like essentially a cheerleader-esque role.
yeah, like ice hockey, kind of like
Yeah.
aggressive big cheerleader sort of thing.
Yeah.
Like she's wearing ice hockey gear essentially, but yeah, I think cheerleaders maybe not doing it justice enough. Like she's more aggressive and
Okay.
punchy and stuff. I guess. Yeah, I'd go ice hockey rather than that.
I'd liken it to like a Mean Girls cheerleader. Bitchy and bully.
I guess so. That kind of works. Yeah. So,
So you
what about
you
the
allow
sea
a Mean
creatures?
Girls comment, but you won't allow a Total Divas comment?
I was passing over it. Describe the sea creatures to me.
Okay. Oceania. Oceana. She looks like essentially a mermaid with legs. She's got sea bluey green ring gear with a bit of gold on and beautiful, I'd say glittery sort of makeup.
It's kind of like, I almost thought like muddy almost. Like maybe it's just the stream quality, but it looks like she's kind of like from the depths of the sea, like, you know, like the old sea creatures in like
and she
1940s
is
films. you know?
angry.
Yeah.
She is an angry lady.
She hates these people that are her wrestling colleagues, you know?
Murloc is basically Chikara Murder Clown. That's how he's
Pretty
dressed.
much, man. Yeah. But with like a demony sea creature gimmick, you know?
And Cajun Crawdor, as soon as that name's announced, I was like, I really want some fish. Pretty hungry.
They're basically hermit crab gimmicks and
Yeah.
stuff, like crab sea creature things. I love Chikara so much when they go
Under
to
the
this
sea.
extent. So, commentary go immediately. Hermit Crab has an injury to his exoskeleton, so won't be wrestling tonight. Dasher and Boomer are at odds, whoever starts the match. So the gimmick, as far as I understand, remember I haven't really watched Chikara over the last few years, is that Dasher was the all-American good guy. He's the fans' favorite, has been for years. His original gimmick coming into Chikara was creator wrestler. Okay, so he was like a Russian cow. He was like a video game character. He was all sorts of different stuff. And he settled into this baseball character called Dasher Hatfield. And over the years, like him, he was, no matter all this horrible stuff that would happen to him, through whether it was Mr. Touchdown being a dick and being an obnoxious kind of like jock character, or there was Archibald Peck like stealing like his friend's girlfriend, and he had to deal with that.
That was at the end of the last one as well, wasn't it? Which we covered, the theft of Lady.
Exactly. It feels like he finally turned heel at some point, okay? And it seems to be through his young son coming through and adopting the gimmick. And the idea is that he how to put it? He doesn't think his son can live up to his expectations the whole time, I guess is the best way to put it. And that's kind of where we find the story now. So Dasher is the grand champ of Chikara, their highest caliber of singles titles, and he's recently been unmasked.
Yeah, he's completely just jock-looking wrestler.
The transition from face mask character that I knew to this Dasher, I was just like, where did this come from? Like, he's a complete 180-degree turn. And I've really only followed the story through social media, essentially.
Okay.
So that's how I kind of followed it. And I followed Dasher on there because I always loved his style. He's a great wrestler. Really technical, solid, stiff, you know. Anyway, so Dasher and Boomer are at odds, as we say, about who starts the match. The continuation of this story literally happens the whole way through.
Yeah.
Every time Boomer goes to make a tag to, what's the girl's name?
Molly McCoy.
Molly McCoy. Like, Dasher will force his hand to come over to him and tag in and be like, just get out of the ring. You're not good enough, you know? Really, really brilliant.
And Boomer always trying to do the good stuff to impress his dad. I can do it.
But almost trying to prove that he's better than his dad sometimes as well, because he's sick of his dad's behavior and stuff. Like, really clever levels of grey and character building.
And as you said before, with Quackenbush's booking, there is the long-term payoff that's obvious, but you just don't know when you're going to get it, and that's one of the joys of this promotion.
Of course. The fact that they turned Dasher heel eventually, I never thought that would happen.
Well,
never.
I think Mr. Touchdown's working face.
Yeah, it makes sense because he was a face champion for a while.
Yeah.
And I think it was Dasher and him that turned Dasher, basically.
Yeah.
I can't say because I haven't actually seen that show, but it's definitely something I'll go back and look at in the future. You know, when I'm like 70 and I haven't got anything to do, I'll be like, I'll watch that period of Chikara. Why not? So, Dasher and Oceana have a bloody great exchange in this match. I'm just sitting there blown away by how good it is.
She's really good.
Yeah.
Dasher's
So
great, but she's phenomenal.
Absolutely. The audio gives me a bit of a headache during this match because it's really out of sync. But anyway.
I'm pretty sure it's just your cold.
That too. So Crawdad goes for coast to coast on the hardest part of the ring. I'm like, ow, ow, ow. That must have killed.
And he's probably like hard-shelled, not soft-shelled. It's fine.
He even does Hermit Crab's gimmick on the ropes doing the pincher, kind of old school move. Like, so much fun. Murloc goes for a flip powerbomb off of Brett's rope on his own teammate, Oceana, onto poor Molly. And I'm like, bloody hell, these spots. Then spot, dive, dive, dive. Boomer with the code red to Murloc, almost out of nowhere.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. And your winners are the Hatfields and McCoy of the Grand Champion of Chikara, Dasher Hatfield, Boomer Hatfield, his son, and Molly McCoy.
And Dasher Hatfield is pissed off with his son for getting the pin because it should have been him.
Yeah, good.
Very nice.
Interesting to see where this is going to go. I'm really looking forward to night 2 because of things like this.
Yeah, because it plants the seed for more dissension, which is great.
And you know you're going to get payoffs because it's Chikara, it's Quack, and like this he knows he's got eyes on the product, so he's going to give you something at some point over the next 2 nights.
But if you weren't willing to wait for night 2, you had something else for our dear friends, the Creatures of the Deep. Okay. So basically, at the end of the match, we had Dasher stormed out, and then they basically imploded, where all the troops started walking out on their leader.
Dissension abounds to Oceana. She's angry. She starts shouting at them, and the crabs are not having it. We won't take this anymore.
So they walked sideways up the ramp.
Crab rock monster. Anyway, so Murloc stands up to Oceana and shoves her to the ground. The crowd go, "You deserve it!"
And then I turned off.
Quack's, but Quack's storytelling to have a big giant monster push over essentially quite a small woman, and the crowd instantly eat it up like, yeah, you're the bad guy, get down there, go away, little girl.
And rightly so, because she was a biatch.
Exactly. But just so good. The storytelling's amazing.
Horrible little sea urchin.
And the troops walk out on her, leaving her to alone, and the crowd
tip,
go,
tap, tip, tap, tip, tap,
all alone now. Yeah, like, that's really funny. So much fun. So next up is probably my match of the evening.
Well, yeah, that you've got the big comedy match before that leading into the proper. So that was the match before the interval as well.
Okay, cool, awesome. You notice how they didn't point it out? They didn't have to put a little tag in the corner telling you, they just carried on with the show. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Quack. Love you. So, Quack attack of Lance Lude, who I've never seen before. Mike Quackenbush. God of professional wrestling, Mike Quackenbush. And Rob Killjoy. With Coach Mikey, who was bloody hilarious.
Excellent. And then, obviously, Lude and Killjoy were the ugly ducklings.
That's the one. I've never seen them before, but I've heard of them.
I liked their lovely Hawaiian short ring gear attire.
Yeah, I wish the audio was a bit better on the ring so we can pick up what's happening.
Yeah.
Because there's some great banter between these four. Like, people are laughing at ringside. You can see Quack is breaking up. And Quack doesn't usually corpse when he's not meant to.
I get the impression Coach Mikey is quite a funny chap.
It seems to be, yeah. Versus The Colony. Mark 4, I guess we're going to call them. But who knows. Of Fire Ant, Green Ant, and Thief Ant.
Everyone's favourite ant, the Thief Ant.
Yeah, this is Green Ant Mark 2, because Green Ant Mark 1 became Silver Ant, and is also, how to put it, a wrestler who is hot and spicy, but not Christopher Daniels hot and spicy.
No, I heard he was hot and spicy and he tastes great.
Thief Ant, who I think is a new ant, has come through. I don't think there's been a Thief Ant before, but this is the original Fire Ant. Do you know who's under the mask?
Gulak?
Nope.
Who is under the mask?
Let's just say he's a very cool wrestler.
Very
cool. Like, beyond cool.
Is he Corange Ossity?
Don't know what you're talking about. So the ring announcer announces Quack as the Master of 1,000. I forgot to say hold. I don't know whether that was just not on the stream or the mic cut out or something.
It definitely didn't pick up though, did it?
But Mike Quackenbush, the Master of 1,000. Pretty funny. So commentary put over the Quack Attack are undefeated in competition. I don't know whether this was a joke because they haven't teamed before, but I think they have from the sound of it.
Yeah, they seem to be getting over the fact that this trio, they are undefeated as a trio, was what the commentator said.
There we go. So I'm sure the pre-match banter is great, but we can't really pick up a lot of it. Quack is in pink and black. And I'm hoping he kicks the leg out of someone's leg tonight.
Good old Brett gimmick.
Really cool. Quack and Fire Ant in to start. Well, here we go, boys.
Here's the real wrestling of the night.
I just put a quote here that says, would the other four lads mind just going to the back and letting Quack and Fire Ant wrestle for a bit? Because I'd really like to see this. And that's exactly what they do. Yeah. They stand on the outside and just let them go for 5 minutes. Oh, my God. This is dream wrestling for me. These two are insanely good.
Especially that orange ant.
Man, Fire Ant. Seeing him fire up against Quack and do all the technical stuff, and then they go lucha and they come back to technical like seamlessly.
And seeing the character who is under the Fire Ant mask and the level of character that he plays.
You wait.
Yeah.
When he fires up, when that moment comes, the crowd reaction. Oh, when you have the juxtaposition of someone like super calm and cool to them just like bursting out and being like, enough.
Yeah.
That's when pro wrestling can get really special, But seeing this exchange between Quack and Fire Ant, I literally got goosebumps. I had a tear in my eye. Pro wrestling is the best thing ever when it works like this.
Hands down.
I've waited a long time for this exchange. These two have wrestled in trios matches and stuff. Never like this.
No, this seemed to be, and the impression the commentators getting, and you could even see it with the fans. As you said, the audio wasn't great, but almost jaw to the floor, kind of sitting there watching in awe of these two going at it.
20 seasons it took to get to this point. That's long-term storytelling. That's very long-term storytelling.
And probably very much along the lines of, how long can you be here?
Sure. Absolutely.
So maybe this was like the sign-off.
It felt like a bit of a hurrah moment.
Yeah.
I don't know whether there's a follow-up to this, Because if there is a one-on-one match, or night 2 and night 3, we get these sort of exchanges between these two.
Yes, please.
Yes, please. I could watch this for hours and hours and hours. These two.
Well, that's what you said on Twitter at Fanboy Rich. You said,
Ali Tex Williams, World of Wrestling.
that you could watch these guys wrestle forever.
The smoothness and ability. I don't think there's many people in the world that can match this.
Yeah, I recommend checking this out. If you are training to be a wrestler, just watch this pure... I mean, anything that Quack does, even like the stuff that Quack puts on his podcast is really helpful to training wrestlers.
Yeah.
But just watch this exchange and replicate.
Yeah.
And the world of professional wrestling will be a better place.
There's a moment when these two are wrestling where they go to the bit where they're meant to tag out and they both turn away from their corners and look at each other and just start wrestling again. And you're like... Oh, you give me everything I could hope for. And like the other corners, the people on their teams eventually kind of force them to tag out. And they both look furious about it. And you're like, this is so clever.
Thiefant was like, I can hang.
So once we get all 6 men involved, the spots start to get inventive and crazy and we have a lot of fun. This is everything I desire from a Chikara show. It was so much fun. Coach Mikey is so nice. He doesn't want the ants to fall to the floor when they're doing their high spots. So he eventually starts catching them and kind of sitting them down even though they're on the other team.
All the fans are like, drop him. It's like pissing him nicely down on the chair. And patting him on the chest as well. Are you okay?
So hilarious. So eventually he gets up on the apron, but then accidentally falls onto them sitting on the chairs anyway. And you're like,
I wish it had
hilarious.
been a better bump on top of them. It would have been funny. But I think the fact it was a bit sloppy made it... I think it made it more adorable. I think it had been properly flung off the apron onto them. It would have been onto the ants, onto the colony. It wouldn't have been great.
How many times do you see face versus face and heel versus heel? And you come away going, oh, it's brilliant.
Yeah, it was very, very rare, if at all.
Really rare. Like, I wonder how they achieve it. Is it just through comedy and skill, I guess?
Are you thinking just as in like just a tag or in general?
Just in general. Like, it's not something that works often.
Because the last heel versus heel match that was really any good that we've watched was Rick Martel, Shawn Michaels.
Oh, it's a great match.
Because that was a great heel versus heel.
Yeah.
But
Rick Martel plays up face.
Yeah, but the whole concept is, especially when Sherry gets involved, there's the heel-heel dynamic, whereas obviously here we've had heel-heel, now we've got face-face, and it works because there's the history.
I think that's it. I think it's a lot to do with the booking and how it's put together.
Yeah.
You know?
Without the history, this would have been a case of, this is a good match. But because you've got the history of Fire and Quackenbush, and because you've got the whole concept of the colony and the ever-evolving ants... It adds to it.
It's something to do with the teacher-student relationship as well.
Yeah.
That's happened in the last match and this match. You know, with the dad-son dynamic and with Quack and Fire Ant, you know, it's definitely senpai-kohai sort of situation.
Yeah, and also, again, from Quack to tag with the Ugly Ducklings, because as I said, we've not seen them before.
No.
I assume they might be relatively new, so the fact that Quack's taken them under his wing...
Yeah.
Ugly Duckling.
Nice. Very nice. Cool.
It shows again how much he's investing in his future promotion because it's you know the trios is their big thing.
Yeah, this is like their WrestleMania basically.
So taking in a relatively unknown team and putting your name with them, it's pretty cool.
Smart.
Yeah.
The other two guys in the team aren't too bad. You know, they get some fun stuff.
Yeah, they're definitely not like crapping all over the Ugly Ducklings. They were very good. They played their role, but they were very much overshadowed by Quack and Fire Ant.
I think everyone is in this match, in this tournament
this
almost.
card,
Exactly. So Fire Ant is eventually left with the Quack attack in the ring. Fire Ant starts firing up and getting everyone kind of going. Like, this is almost the point where if this was night 2 or 3, you'd have everyone on their feet cheering him on, but it's night 1, so we're warming up a little bit still. Quack Attack unleashes all the spots. Quack and Driver, I think Mark 1, only gets 2 to Fire Ant. It's like the Razor's Edge flip over spot. Yeah. Really fun. Then Quack and Driver 3.7 or something. He's got millions of them. A variation on the Quack and Driver only gets 2. Before you know it, Fire Ant has Killjoy pin for the 1, 2, 3, almost out of nowhere. And the winner's the colony of Fire Ant, Green Ant Mark 2, and Thief Ant Mark 1.
Good thing that this is the last time we see of the colony in night 1. Oh, wait. No, it wasn't, because of our stream.
Yeah, we'll get there in a second. So, again, cool story, original, really, really good.
But then it led on to the part of the match where I was a little bit, oh no, we've gone mainstream independent wrestling.
Well,
I mean, the story's there, and I understand more so of the who's under
Let's
the
explain.
hood.
They shake hands.
Yeah.
So, yeah, go on.
They shake hands. They look like there's about to be a face-off in the middle of the ring, including Coach Mikey coming in, like trying to front up to everyone.
Then he gets a laugh immediately. And I was like, I don't know what he said, but it looked funny.
And he'd ripped open his shirt just to get him for the. But they all shake hands. Quack reluctantly shakes hands at the end.
Mm-hmm.
But I think because if this is going to be the last hurrah for this version of Fire Ant, then understandable.
Yeah.
If not, I mean, you know my feelings of this, but at least it's face versus face, not face and heel shaking hands. So
Sure.
on a handshake, I would give it a 4 cornflake rating for acceptability.
Okay, good stuff. Commentary have this lovely line where they say, "Who says there can't be peace in the animal kingdom?" And then he goes, "Ants will always beat duck." And I'm like, what? Does that make sense?
Well, they're stronger than ducks.
Oh, an ant. A duck will go, except when every dead. It's about scale and relativity, but
That's
whatever.
the best duck impression ever.
Whack, whack. Play with the kid too much. She loves ducks, so yeah, it's good fun.
Well, that means you can definitely show her Mike
Excuse me.
Quackenbush.
Hey! So, next matchup, the Crucible Mark II.
I put them down as Crucible B.
The big lads.
Yeah.
Of, is it Devantes?
Devantes.
There we go.
I like to call him Massive Lad.
Very massive lad. Of E.M. Demarest?
M. Demarest.
M. Demarest?
Yeah.
And Matt
Demorest.
Oh, there you go, Demoris, sorry. This is difficult to pronounce names on this one. I think we do better like the Mexican and Japanese
Yeah.
shows that we are currently.
El Hijo, the Mexican.
That's easy. The son of Mexico?
Yep.
That'd be a good gimmick, actually. Did you hear that Sin Cara asked for his release today?
Did he?
Yeah, like the WWE one.
In fairness, they're going to... What, Hunico? Hunico's going to be livid, especially the girl they brought up from... I can't remember. I think she's a Costa Rican wrestler they brought up. They basically,
No idea.
on WWE TV, through listening to a podcast, they paired him up with a lady luchador who they've just brought up.
Okay.
They signed her to the PC, didn't go through NXT. They've just brought her up to the main roster. And if he's like, I want to be let go, she's like, what are you doing, Hunico?
Aw. So he's got a bit of a bad backstage rep, but I thought it'd be really funny if he ends up going to CMLL with all the other versions of Sin Cara, trying to work out which one's which. Mr. Kokara, Cara Sticko, like
I mean, he was awful anyway before he was Sin Cara because he was tagging with Camacho.
yeah,
Or
he was the better of the Sin Caras, to be fair.
I bet Bobby Heenan would call him like Gazpacho rather than Camacho.
So the last guy in the Crucible is Matt Makowski.
Jimmy White. That's a snooker joke. The Crucible, that's where they play snooker, right? See you later. You can find me on
That was
Twitter.
bad. Monster. Oh yeah. Anyway, sorry, carry on. Versus the Queens of Freddie Mercurio and the Bird and the Bee of Solo Darling and Willow Nightingale, returning
From a hideous neck injury.
a broken freaking neck. Apparently,
Gosh darn it.
I don't know if this is gimmick or real, but
I'm going to say real for the sake. I'm going to suspend my disbelief.
yeah,
and
sure.
assume real.
It seems to be, at least. I'm not really sure, but Bryce is here. Yay!
Count that 3
reception.
count. Oh, wait.
Careful now. But yeah, lovely reception. It even gets a streamer that he kind of throws to himself and poses and such. Like, I know someone that does that.
Oh, fucking gimmick stealers.
So ominous music again. The big boys from the Crucible come out. Video quality tanks for a little bit, but then comes back. So blah blah. The Queens have a doggy with them. Yay! I like doggies.
I mean, it worked for Davey. Boy Smith.
Oh bloody hell!
With Matilda.
Yeah. I was thinking about Cody coming out with the dog when the pyro went off.
Oh, my God. Well, we've
can
never
see-
seen that husky again, have we?
Yeah, not obviously, but you can see then Brandy going, "What the hell happened? Who did this pyro off?" Like live on camera and such. You're like,
Yeah.
yeah, that was not meant to happen. I don't think that dog looked terrified. Anyway, so announcing as representing the UK, and I'm like, are we sure about this?
That's because, yeah, that's where Freddie's from, right?
Yeah. So this is a Freddie Mercury gimmick. I'm like, oh, okay, I get it. Fair enough. I'm not particularly keen on this idea, but
Wasn't a fan.
No.
This seemed to be very much filler trios, this match for me. It was nice to see the Crucible have it, and the whole idea of setting up the storyline that the Crucible now have 2 teams in the tournament.
yeah, the big heel faction.
Yeah, and then the fact they sent out the big lads of the Crucible for this one.
Yeah.
Very non-lucha.
It feels like we're going to get Crucible versus Crucible at some point.
I wonder if that's when you'll get the 2-minute match.
Yeah, and I
Crucible
wonder
A will
whether...
beat Crucible B, or do you think it'll go the other way and Crucible B will get the win over Crucible A?
Who knows, man? I imagine almost in Ophidian enforcing his role and being like, you will lie down for me, you know, and then maybe someone objecting to that and seeing where it goes.
Okay.
But who knows, man? Well, predictions for night 2. This could be good.
I-
night
I-
3 even.
I wonder if that would get to night 3, because I think that if they're having 2 Crucible factions in there, there's going to have to be something to pay off. But I don't know. It would be a bit short term for Quackenbush booking to go, we'll do it just for the trios.
But there can be friction and then reunion. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It doesn't always have to be a black and white with Chikara, you know? Quack's booking definitely has those layers of grey, which I adore about storytelling. So, we will rock you, Chops. At least the crowd are into it. You know, going boom, boom, chop.
Yeah.
Boom, boom, chop.
That was nice.
And then Bryce kind of joins in, and there's
Yeah.
some funny moments. So, the gimmick has a purpose, at least. But, I don't know, when it's like a full impersonation gimmick, I don't know. I feel like you should develop it and be yourself a bit more almost.
Yeah,
you know?
Kushida with his
What?
Marty McFly gimmick.
Oh, well, again, but he's taken that idea and developed it to like a different level almost.
Yeah, you've clearly not seen him in NXT.
Is he just doing Marty McFly now?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah.
Okay.
Well, the
fair
only
enough.
bits I've seen him in NXT, but let's be honest, I haven't watched the product much.
Well, yeah.
I've been busy doing real wrestling and also our pod.
Did you just call NXT not real wrestling?
Well, NXT's all right for wrestling, but I'm busy.
Okay, fair enough. So,
I'd love a job.
that's cool, man. So, commentary go, this M. Demarest is a former backyard superstar. And I'm like, times have changed when you can say things like that. Like,
Yeah.
no American promotion would ever have said this back in the day.
He's top backyard wrestler. I've seen him fall off 17 buildings.
Yeah, that's what it feels like they're kind of saying, essentially. So this Matt Makowski
Makowski.
is an MMA guy doing MMA things, and I'm just like, yeah, I could do without this.
MMA? Matt
Yeah.
Makowski? MMA?
Matt Makowski. What could you put at the end to make him MMA?
A.
Athlete.
Athletic. Makowski athlete. Backwards. Athletic Matt Makowski. Oh, AMM. That's a great form of fighting.
Throughout the match, the Queens get a couple of hot tags here and there, but the Crucible heel team always kind of take over again. Really clever storytelling.
No real advantage for the faces at all in this.
Never really. So they go with the neck breaker gimmick with Willow Nightingale, where like the MMA guys goes to hold her neck like he's gonna break in again, but then like her teammate comes in and breaks it up, and it's some fun little moments
Saving
there.
the neck and sacrifice, because that was Solo Darling coming in, wasn't it, to save
Yeah.
the neck twist.
Sure. So the faces start to come back into it. We get a unicorn salt by Freddie, a moonsault. Breaks up the rear naked choke by the MMA guy. Freddie misses the second unicorn salt, and then we get a really cool little spot here where they go for a Brett's rope heart attack clothesline by the Bird and the Bee, and I'm like, double heart references for the win.
Very nice.
I'm totally in. Last Ride Liger Bomb was pretty cool by Devantes. Chaos Theory popped up into an armbar by Wachowski for to Solo Darling. Really nice spot.
I love the faking the German into that as well. It was beautifully done.
Really cool. Not quite as impactful as the Chaos Theory would be.
No, but it was really good. And the fact that both of us wrote in it, because my notes was like, into an impressive Chaos Theory setup, turned into an armbar takedown after faking the German suplex.
Well, we're both huge dog marks, so
Yeah.
we're obviously going to see that and be like, Chaos Theory! And they didn't call it in commentary, they called it something else, but I don't know, whatever. Solo taps immediately once she's in the armbar. This is something they tried to put over as the match was going on as well. He tries to lock in the armbar here and there to different people, and they're like, oh, he's got the armbar, he's broken people's arms, and like they do a good job of getting it
Yeah,
over.
Becky Lynch hasn't. She does an armbar. The disarmer.
Cool.
Yep.
Big lads from the Crucible win the match. It was good stuff. Anything you want to say on this?
Not really. I said it was a good story to set up the second team of the Crucible being big lads and dominating for the best part. Yes, obviously we got the shine from the face team from the Queens,
Yeah.
but I just felt that it had its place, but it was very much right. This is the palate cleanser before the next two matches.
Sure. It felt like we were setting up the big guys for the next round.
Yeah, and again, I didn't see that there was any tournament bracket to see who'd be facing who, so that's going to be interesting for night number 2.
I'm not sure Chikara have ever released a bracket for trios.
Oh, really?
I think the idea is that they kind of, they can move it around as it goes on if they need to be, if something goes wrong or someone gets injured or something.
We'll
to
draw
make it
lots.
fit. The next match is Fist. I guess the next incarnation of Fist, we should say, of Icarus Tony Deppin, one of my current favourites, becoming a podcast regular doing these indie shows, and Travis Huckabee, who I also have started to become quite a big fan of, does some good promo work, versus
Independent Jobber United.
I put from the golden age of Ring of Honor, like the embassy of Jimmy Rave, Prince Nana, and Sal Renaro. It's lovely seeing these guys back. I'm going to be honest.
Really
I'm
nice.
marked out. It's funny that Nana's got a bit older and a bit thinner. Jimmy Rave's got older and a bit fatter, and Sal looks in great shape, you know?
I love the fact that both these teams got, instead of streamers, loo paper.
Well, that's
That
the
was
thing.
great.
Do you remember back in the day with Jimmy Rave in ROH?
Yeah.
So he's the first guy that got the loo paper treatment. To see this again,
So
I was like,
good.
oh, the fans remember. Like, really, really fun. I have been such a big fan of the combinations of Fist over the years. When it was like Chuck Taylor, Gran Akuma, Icarus, then Johnny Gargano came in and played that heel role brilliantly for them, kicking Akuma out. And then it kind of disappeared for a little bit. And I was so chuffed to see mouthy Icarus coming out as a heel under the Fist gimmick with Tony Deppen next to him. I was just the happiest man alive.
2020, Tony Deppen is going to be a huge, huge star on the Indies, and that will be then. I'd say by the end of 2020, I'll say WWE tryout. By the end of
Maybe
2020, I think for him.
Maybe I'm just a mark, but he seems, because he's a smaller lad and in the style that he wrestles in, I think he suits AEW better, man.
I think
he'd get lost in WWE.
I think he would, but I don't think under NXT he'd get lost, because if they're
Maybe.
bringing the cruiserweights
Yeah.
under NXT, I think he'd do a quite good job there.
Is that the plan, to
Yeah.
bring the cruiserweights off? So do they do 205 still?
They do for now,
Okay.
but the cruiserweight title's exclusively on NXT now.
Right,
So
okay.
Leo Rush is the champion, and it's the NXT Cruiserweight Championship.
Yeah, I wasn't sure about that decision when I saw it.
And I think I've seen shots where they take away the purple and replace it with black leather, and the belt actually looks really good.
That would be great.
Yeah.
Very much so. I think the purple was a good way to start because it associated with that tournament. People knew what it was and everything, but it's kind of fugly.
It's a toy belt.
Yeah, it does feel like. But the actual the plates in it look gorgeous.
So when they've taken the black leather on it,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
the screenshots or the mock-ups of it looks amazing.
Cool. So Deppen and Huckabee are the Campeonatos de Parejas, the tag team champions in Chikara, which traditionally were their only championship. They've only had the Grand Championship for like 4 or 5 years now.
Yeah.
And like almost a 20-year lineage of Chikara. So that's a long time. They had no singles championship.
And as we've sort of said in sort of previous podcasts, and we touched on earlier, the fact that this is their mania. This tournament is the be-all and end-all. Yes, you've got the tag champs. Yes, you've got the Grand Champion in here, but none of those are on the line that we know of.
Not
this
yet.
show.
Not for this night, at least. Yeah.
And if it was, it certainly wouldn't be the main event of night 3, because you want the trios final.
Oh, of course, yeah, because the focus is the tournament.
Yeah.
That's the whole point, you know. It's great. So, again, we've got Rudo versus Rudo here. So, sometimes these matches with these kind of guys can be my favourite bits for Chikara. And this did not disappoint to start with at all.
Dicks being dicks for the sake of being dicks is what my nose says.
It's like, who can cheat the most to
Yeah.
get that Rudo win, you know? So much fun.
Cheating the cheater is the best way to do heel versus heel.
So, you know, the Embassy come out and they've got MBC as the Run DMC.
Yeah.
It took me a while to realise what it said. I was really like, obviously it's Embassy. I don't know why, but for ages I was like, oh, that's quite a cool shirt. But why does it say NBC on it? What does that? What do those letters stand for? I'm just slow, apparently. So Icarus doing the "My tattoo is so ugly, the fans don't want me to take off my jacket" gimmick again.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I missed this so much in the last little run I saw.
And again, still into it. I know, again, we were talking it's only going to be a 3-hour show, but the fans are now really, really warming up to this. And as I
Sure.
said, it's old favourites versus classic faction.
So we start with Sal and Icarus in the ring. They start just kind of screaming at each other like little kids, getting really angry. Cue the toilet paper fight. Icarus grabs a loo roll, chucks it at Sal. Sal's like, goes and gets the loo roll from the outside, chucks it at Icarus, almost hits a fan in the face, you know.
If this wasn't on this card, this would have looked ridiculously out of place.
Of course, but it's Chikara. Everything works in Chikara. You know? So what proceeds now is, to a Rotten Brothers reference, they grab the loo roll, start wrapping it around their hands like Type A death loo roll matches. Like they're going to go start punching each other. But as they start to run the spots, this gets a huge pop from the crowd. They start to set up and they kind of like go around each other like they've got glass on their hands.
Put up your dukes, put up your dukes.
Exactly like the old Taipei death matches from Japan and such. Then they immediately go to low blow each other and both of them stop it. And you're like, oh, this is so funny. They repeat the spot 3 or 4 times. It's just, it's genius. Rudo versus Rudo.
I enjoy nut shots when I know that Russo's nowhere near it.
Sure. Or like not working out nut shots as such as well. Even funnier. We get grabbing the tights. We get feet on the ropes. We get all sorts of silly stuff. They take off their shirts and their jackets to massive boos because I'm veiling the tattoo. Icarus and Sal eventually at the end of their spots get stuck in Karate Kid crane pose off against each other. Rave and Deppen then stand into the ring and kind of walk around them going, what are you doing? And both just push them over and they both sell it like Del Boy through the bar. And I was like, so funny. I'm sorry, I swore. God damn. Brilliant opening sequence.
I'm glad you're trying really hard. This is a new change to you. Is you going to do this for all PG products?
Just Chikara. I don't care about WWE. Like, it's the only other PG product we really do, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think about it. Most stuff is like, out there indie wrestling. And I guess it's kind of for kids as well.
Hero Q-Rest? No. Leave it. Let's move on.
Cool. So
it's getting late now. I've lost any form of comic timing.
It's fine. But considering you referenced it earlier in the night, Deppen and Rave end up doing the each man wants to punch each other in the face spot but keep holding back.
Yeah.
And they end up almost getting to the point where it's like, what's the sequence, the 80s movie that's like a theatre play. Oh, wow. And the Things and the Sharks, the two gangs.
Oh, West Side Story.
There you go, West Side Story. They get to the point where Deppen and Rave are literally face to face with their fists up like this. And they slowly just back off. And they may as well be clicking as they're going backwards. Like, it's so funny. Really, really good stuff. So all 3 fist guys land a kick in the corner on Nana. Nana forgets to sell it for a bit and then manages to remember. The match is generally pretty fun. Rave locks in the double homicide, but it gets broken up with a rush to a finish. Pedigree by Icarus to Nana. STO on the hardest part of the ring from Rave to Icarus. Huckabee locks in the stretch muffler onto Sal. Deppen double stomps Sal while he's still in the submission move. Sal eventually taps out, and your winner's a fist of Icarus, Tony Deppen, and Travis Huckabee. Moving on to night 2.
The right Rudo's won.
Sure, man. So, hilarious start. Got a little bit more standard kind of good professional wrestling match in the middle. Fun rush to a finish. Can't complain. Really good.
Yeah. I mean, no complaints.
It's not a single match I don't hate so far.
Which is worrying. but again, it's
pleasing, I think is the word you mean.
But the good thing is, though, we get on to what should have been our main event. Now, again, we both watched the streaming service. We alluded to this earlier on the podcast.
Yeah.
We have maybe 38 minutes of our stream left to run. On the little tag thing at the bottom where it's got like the time markers, you hover your cursor over it and it says Team Pump, which should have featured Scott Steiner, P.T. Williams, and Jordan Grace.
Yep.
Taking on Team NDK of Nick Effin Gage, Thomas Santelli. Sorry, Santel. That's my typing.
It's okay.
And Chris Statlander. However, on my stream and your stream, what I was greeted with was Mark Haggerty, our ring announcer, had changed his jacket to a shiny gold jacket, announces to our main event of the evening of night 2. What? Hang on.
Weird.
And at this stage, I was like, hang on. Have I fallen asleep? Have I managed to nap for 3 hours? It's gone on to the second night. No, I hadn't fallen asleep at all. That was wishful thinking in the world of parenting. No.
What happened here? Because it's so weird. Well, coming into this show, there's a couple of comments I read about Scott Steiner swearing in the main event and the crowd turning on him. So I knew that there was something that maybe would be edited out of the main event because that's not Chikara. Chikara wouldn't put that on their streaming service. And then a couple of days before I watched the end of this show, you messaged me going, what's happened at the end of the stream on this? Like, this is their official streaming service. And I was like, are we sure he's got that right? Something's gone wrong with his like broadcast or something, Like, I didn't know what had happened.
I refreshed several times.
Sure.
I logged in a different day, different device, thinking this isn't likely to make any change. But all I was greeted with was appearing out in the next match, bloody Colony.
So the Colony start to come out, and I'm like, wait, I'm confused. I knew this was kind of coming because you'd warned me. So I stopped the stream and I go searching. Found a live stream rip. And the internet is a great thing sometimes, isn't it?
If it's not. Wait, no, I won't go there. WrestleMania 2000 joke.
So we jump now at this point to a rip of the live versions production. And honestly, immediately I'm like, oh, I can hear the commentary. The audio's in sync. Like, the video production quality is not as nice because obviously it was streamed.
The live stream, yeah.
Yeah, but it's still very watchable. At least this was consistent. I wish we'd watched the whole show like this, to be totally honest.
But I'm glad we paid for the subscription service.
Yeah, interesting, isn't it? So this was broadcast on Independent Wrestling TV. I think it's IWTV.live is how they have it branded on the video. So time for King of Trios Night 1. Main events of the evening, which I shouldn't have had to go and found because I paid for your subscription service. What is the thinking?
Do you think
behind just cutting out the main event from Night 2 and sticking it in here? Was it a mistake?
I can only imagine it's a mistake. Because obviously when we've had our screen cut, normally they've got the entrance graphics for the match.
Yeah.
It faded to black, and then we went straight into the main event. I don't recall there being a match graphic.
Right.
Now, I suspect that... I wonder if on the original version it was there, and now on the remastered version has the Team Pump match taken out.
So, obviously, the original version would be the live stream, which is the one I found.
Yeah.
So, it definitely was broadcast.
Yeah.
Like, we watched it. You know?
So, I wonder if that was on the streaming service originally.
It was,
Then they removed it. But I don't understand, if anyone's watched this, why no one's tweeted Chikara and said, hang on, guys, do you know what's happening in your main event?
It does feel like Quack's gone, I'm not going to put that main event on there because Steiner starts swearing at people.
Yeah.
The match is perfectly fine. There's no big botches or really horrible spots or anything like that. So it's nothing to do with the wrestling.
Bits.
But nothing.
No.
Well, maybe Quack is so anal about his product and how he wants it to be. The little stiff bits, he's just like, I'm not putting that on my show.
Well, maybe if we add it all together with the concept of 6 wrestlers involved, there's a 43% chance we're not going to be able to watch this main event on the streaming service.
Numbers don't lie. But what the logic behind taking the main event from the next night and sticking it in here doesn't make any sense.
Just cut it.
Yeah. Or
do you
put the match in, cut out the couple of stiff shots, cut out the bit where Scott's swearing that you can't even make out because the audio is so bad, and just leave it there.
Do you think that when we watch Night 2, we're going to get Night 1 main event?
Can you imagine if that's what the problem was?
This is so, again, how prepared we are, because we haven't bothered, because we don't want to spoil Night 2, because I want to watch it all in one go.
Yeah, absolutely.
So obviously we didn't watch this main event. I did scroll through parts of it to see if all of a sudden it cut into the Steiner match.
Yeah.
I keep calling it the Steiner match, Team Pump match.
It's fine, yeah.
But no, not there. So we had to find it another way to bring you the review of Night 1.
Absolutely.
So apologies. We do try our best to pay for all the services that we watch, and we support the platforms that we do.
We paid for it twice. You paid for it, and I paid for it. You know.
So we don't promote going and pirating wrestling shows, but we've paid for the service. So be angry at us.
There's nothing we can do about it. It's not our fault.
Well, it would have been a bit of a shit end to the pod. And then there's the main event, but it was missing.
So NDK, not MDK, like we're used to hearing with Nick Gage, of Chris Stanley, Nick Gage, and Thomas Santel versus Team Pump of Jordan Grace, Pete Williams, and Scott Steiner, that you've already gone over. I read things about this match, as I heard, but let's judge it for ourselves. So Bryce is here to referee and crosses his heart and does a little prayer that this match will go well because he looks pretty scared that Nick Gage and Scott Steiner are going to be in a Chikara ring. Probably rightly so, considering everything that's happened.
Interesting booking, having both of these men in your tournament.
There's always some sort of surprise in the buzz with Chikara, with King of Trios. There's always been like AJ Styles and the Bucks, or one year it was... Okay, so it was Bryan Danielson, Claudio Castagnoli, and... what was the guy who was in WCW with Regal and...
Dave Taylor?
Dave Taylor, there you go. Wow, how can I remember Dave Taylor's name? There you go. It's Team Uppercut.
Yeah!
They were hilarious. There's been Demolition before. Like, you know, they've had some really interesting people that have come into these tournaments over the years. And so I think that's what they're going for here. But maybe it was a mistake to have Nick Gage and Scott Steiner in the ring.
I mean, pitching it in comparison to the other matches we've had, this was a interesting decision.
Yeah, I enjoyed the match.
Yeah, it was good for well. Obviously, I only watched it an hour and a quarter ago.
Yeah, because I had to find it and like literally show it to you right before the pod.
So as you can imagine, my notes on this are going to be plentiful.
It's fine, don't worry. Just go for mine. It's okay. So, do you recognise Tom Santinel straight away?
This is one of the heartthrobs from the old WWE.
And Antonio Thomas, and he looks completely different.
Yeah,
Like he's doing this kind of nerd gimmick.
I need my glasses.
Like everyone, so yeah. They were saying from the finale of season 20 that just happened like a day or two ago, him and Quackenbush have a match where they do like a 5-minute knuckle lock spot.
Will Power mentioned this to Coach Wicked, and I hadn't seen this.
I'm going to look forward to watching that, definitely. But
Yeah.
obviously, we've been busy watching King of Trios and other stuff. I did a music video today, so yeah, it's been a long one. So, Thick Mama Pump.
Thick Mama Pump, yes.
Little Petey Pump and Big Papa Pump.
I think it was Maple Pump.
Oh, there you go. Whatever. They call him a bunch of different stuff
Little
over the
Petey
time.
Pump.
So they've got all the variations of Steiner's chainmail stuff. So to Petey and Scott have got the head thing, and Jordan Grace has got like a necklace braced version. Yeah. Really, really cool. Love the gimmicks.
Can we also mention what Scott Steiner is wearing on his walkout?
Red and black, son.
Red and black NWO New World Order. Because copyright doesn't matter in Chikara from WWE.
They don't use the music, to be fair. But
No, but I'm talking about the merch.
are you allowed to wear an NWO t-shirt? You must be able to.
No, because it's a WWE t-shirt.
Oh, I guess so. Oh, who knows? I think they'll get away with it. Quack works with the PC anyway, so
Yeah, it'll be
They don't
fine. Imagine that deal. Hi, Mr. Levesque. I was wondering, could I have Drew Gulak back for the King of Trios? No. Ah, shit. Steiner can wear the NWO colours, though. Okay, we'll do that.
Oh no, they can't have all of them, can they? They can have certain people. I'm trying to think how many of the ants and stuff and how many of the old gimmicks. If they had a deal with both companies just for Chikara, that'd be lovely. Just to have those guys come back for like big tournaments and
if
stuff.
you're just having like Dragon and Cesaro back in Chikara,
Like
that'd be
Brody
amazing.
and Claudio, for example, you know what I mean?
Yes,
Like,
please.
Yeah, I'm totally in. So PT and Santel to start with. Is Santel, isn't it?
Yeah.
They swap specs, do a test of strength with the specs. So, like, this is pretty good to start with. But a bit confusing, a
Yeah.
bit weird. Solid start. Steiner gets tagged in and ends up throwing Santel through some double doors to the side. Like, oh, this feels weird. Pete has to go chasing after him and be like, no, come back. Family friendly, Scott. You know?
This is fucking family friendly. All right, Scott.
Both women in, beating the hell out of each other.
Jordan Grace working a very, very stiff style.
Sure. And so Gage gets tagged into the match here and there, doing brutal kind of cameos to people.
Brutal cameo. Well, that's a polite. We've discussed this before when we did Spring Break, which you can listen to in our archives. I'm not a fan of Nick Gage. I think he's a low-budget version of the Briscoes.
Yeah, I'm not a massive fan. He never seems to really deliver like amazing quality matches. I wouldn't want to be in a dark alley with him. I certainly want to be in a wrestling ring because he would beat the tar out of me. But is that not the gimmick?
Yeah, but it's not a gimmick I like.
I get that. Totally
Because
get it.
I like the bully bruiser characters who put on good matches.
I understand why some people like it. It's just not really for me.
No.
So, what about Nick Gage, the shot he threw to Jordan Grace through the ropes?
Well, okay, so shortly before this, Jordan Grace had Jordan Grace had Chris Statlander on her shoulders in like an electric chair. Dropped her quite hard onto the hardest part of the ring.
Face first
onto
like
it.
Teeth first, basically.
Yeah.
She hit brutally.
And while Jordan Grace on the outside of the ring, because obviously as Chris has landed on the outside of the ring, tagging Lucha Libre rules, Nick Gage ran into the ring and did an almighty, brutal, full pelt baseball slide right into Jordan Grace's face.
Above the bottom rope. And so
Yeah.
it's you flying just like, boom, straight into her face. Felt like a bit of a receipt for his tag team partner.
Yeah,
you know?
she looked groggy
Yeah.
after that.
Yeah, it looks brutal. It really
I mean,
did.
she's a strong girl and she can handle herself, but having Nick Gage fly for a rope and kick you in the face.
I mean, it may be that he's such a kind of gangly wrestler that it wasn't deliberate, but like you never
It
know with Nick
looked
Gage.
Awfully painful.
So throughout the match, they tease Gage kind of having the exchange with Steiner that I think everyone's kind of building up to, because this is two worlds colliding, almost two very different worlds, you know?
I bet they're both the same level of maths, though.
2 33rds in the third, and my 33rd in the third means that you're going down. Yeah, whatever. So They tease it a couple of times. There's a point where Gage and Steiner come face to face. Then everyone else in the match jumps in to break it up. Really fun little moment. Bryce's reaction to having to stop Steiner from getting in the ring when Gage shouts something at Steiner is hilarious. He's going like, please don't hurt me.
Don't bait him.
Steiner goes to put Statlander into the recliner and says something, and the crowd quickly turn on him.
Yeah.
They were kind of faces up until this point. I'm assuming he's swearing at the crowd.
Yeah.
Because this is what the 4 or 5 little comments I saw said about this. It's like, he must have understood. People must have sat him down backstage and been like, PG, Scott, family friendly. It's like, this is different to what, you think family friendly is in the past.
Yeah, but the wrestlers don't listen. Like at the 97 Royal Rumble, before that, Terry Funk was told you're working on a PG television show by Bruce Pritchard, and Terry Funk went on TV going, Vince McMahon's a Yankee bastard. Bret Hart, your mother's a whore.
That's not dropping F and C bombs and stuff like I imagine Steiner was doing.
No, but still, if you're being told by a
Sure.
promoter or a producer, try and watch what you're doing. I can imagine Scott Steiner going, what the fudge?
No, definitely not.
Gosh darn.
So Gage and Steiner have a moment where they throw down, but it's nothing special, let's be honest about
Everyone's working smart.
Smart. Are there any smarts between these two? So Steiner says something too. I think he said, he's fucked. And the crowd boo him. Eek, it gets really awkward at times. Gage on the outside wants Steiner out there on the floor. That's where he's going to fight them. Then Statlander accidentally cracks Gage in a kind of
A really awkward
spot.
chop spot.
It's kind of weird. Big dive by Jordan Grace. That's a powerful boss lady like flying through the air. She's a stiff prick sometimes. I wonder how safe she is.
Oh, we briefly spoke about this. I think she's just got a very, very strong style working mentality.
Yeah.
And I still will always give her the benefit of the doubt for her promo work leading up to Progress is Still Chasing, where it's like Millie McKenzie, shit. Lana Austin, shit. Ginny, shit.
I didn't see that.
It was played there.
I wasn't paying attention to a lot of it. There was stuff I was annoyed by. Anyway, so Statlander has the kind of comedy spot in the match where she does a telekinesis chokeslam to Jordan Grace, who sells it like a boss. Doesn't actually make contact with her at any point. She's like 4 or 5 foot away doing the motion.
Yeah,
really cool.
Done.
Canadian Destroyer by Petey Williams,
Yay!
as you might expect in the match, to Statlander. Blatantly went up, was like, I'm taking it.
Yeah.
I'm 100% taking it. But he's like, yeah, fine, cool, works for me.
Because of all the people to take a Destroyer from, you definitely want to take him from Petey Williams.
If anyone should be doing them, it's Petey.
Yeah.
But 1 per match, always a finish, or someone else breaks up the pinfall.
Correct.
Makes a lot of bloody sense, doesn't it?
What, are you trying to say like a Destroyer off a ladder through a table isn't acceptable when it's not the finish of the match?
I am the hugest Pentagon, Lucha Brothers, Young Bucks fan. I wish they'd stop doing that.
Yep.
There was a match before it that we reviewed on a AAW show
Yeah.
where the Lucha Bros both did second rope Canadian Destroyers and both lads kicked out at the same time. You're like, why? Stop it. That would kill someone,
You've ruined it, damn it.
Everyone gets a spot. Steiner recliner to Santel. Tap, tap, tap. The winners are Team Pump, Jordan Grace, Petey Williams, and Scott Steiner, who I'm assuming we're going to see on night 2, but who knows at this point?
It'd be nice for our $7.99.
Absolutely. Boos all around because the crowd completely turned on this main event. I'm not sure why they cut this. It was a really fun little match. If there are sweary audio bits, I couldn't pick them up at all on commentary.
And you could probably just cut the audio.
Yeah, you could just completely blank out that bit.
Because we had parts of the
crowd
audio that were
noise.
blanked throughout the show.
Sure. We listened to it, the live stream. I didn't pick up any of it. And this is where the audio is clearer than on that final edit.
No, there was nothing that I thought here that should be cut for a PG product.
Yeah, weird.
I just think there's been an editing cock-up. That's all I
Maybe.
think there is. And I think also, if you think people have watched it live, not to be disrespectful of the product, how many people do you think are signing up for this streaming service on a regular basis?
I have no idea. It's probably a couple of hundred, I would imagine.
Yeah.
I can't imagine it being more than 1,000, realistically.
As in sign up now. I'm talking about new sign-ups.
Oh, I think a lot of people tune in just to see King of Trios.
But that's the thing, they might have signed up and watched the live version. Since they've edited, they might have not had someone watch the trio service.
I don't know how the independent wrestling TV works, whether it is a subscription service monthly or whether you can just do like buy this one event like on Fight.
I mean, ultimately, I might tweet them later and go, hi guys, do you know this is what's happened with your main event? Can you say why it's not there?
Yeah.
And see if I get a response.
I wish I hadn't been quite as busy the last few days, so I would have done a bit more research into it. But
Yeah.
we should, I guess, yeah.
Because it's our right. I think it's our duty as wrestling journalists to say, hang on, can you tell us why this is, or is it just an edit? And then hopefully we'll come back next week and we'll tell you.
Quack doesn't seem to be a person that explains himself very much to the public. So I don't think he feels the need to.
No, I agree. But then if it's a case of I paid $7.99 for a streaming service that isn't there, and I'm going to cancel my subscription, maybe my $8 might mean something to him.
Well, tune in to episode 2 where we look at night 2 of King of Trios on World of Wrestling Podcast, and we will find out if Quack gets back to us. Because we're also doing night 3 as well, so if it takes them a couple of weeks, we'll get there. We'll still get there, you know? So at the end of the night, Team Pump celebrate in the ring on the live stream version. Commentary thank us for watching it, and we're out of here.
Goodbye, everybody.
Aside from a few bits of audio production issues, it's called a compressor, look it up. Okay, some audio sync issues, which honestly started to give me a headache after a while, and a massive out of focus camera at the beginning. Whatever happened with that main event and that big cock up in the editing, everything else, I really enjoyed.
So much fun to watch this.
So refreshing to watch.
Yeah, good storytelling, good in-ring action, nothing too botchy, creating new wrestlers to prolong long-term storylines.
Yeah.
Little seeds planted for the rest of the tournament, plus also for their ongoing storylines into season 20, the end of season 20 and season 21 starting. Brilliant. Really, really comforting to watch. Nice wrestling.
Yeah. 2.5 hours of constant trios matches. And I didn't get annoyed or frustrated or sleepy. You know, like
the action was free-flowing, served its purpose. Everything in the card was, again, as we've waxed lyrical before about Quackenbush's booking, but it was pitched perfectly.
Yeah, sure.
It had all the ups and downs that you want of a card to keep you in, because you don't have pa, because then you're done by the third match.
Yeah.
This was great.
Really fun. There was definitely lulls at times. Maybe some people like was it Kerry Awful?
Yeah, the Carnies
team I
great.
wasn't a big fan of. But like you look at that opening match where you get to see these new guys coming through, like the Australian guys. Velocities, was it?
Velocities, yeah.
And then like some of the Chikara classic kind of characters coming back into roles, I think they look more comfortable.
I mean, even having Prince Nana back.
Exactly. Really
Very
enjoyed
nice.
those little moments. Wasn't very good in the ring, let's be honest.
Doesn't matter. He's back. Nostalgia pop.
Yeah, sure, exactly. But then seeing Icarus as that character with the new fist, it's a great incarnation, great version of Fist. To see the Colony with their new guys, but led by the classic Fire and that exchange with Quack. God, these moments they give you, it's brilliant.
And the fact that this was just night 1.
Sure.
I'm hoping it will stay at the same level and even maybe get a bit better as we go through the rest of our trilogy.
Absolutely. I was going to say star rating. Cornflake rating for first night 1?
Purely because, as you said, some of the audio and obviously the editing of the streaming service bothered me. It's going to be a 4 cornflake from me for the overall enjoyment of this show.
Cool. I'll stick at a 4 too. It's closer to a 3 than a 5.
Yeah, agreed.
But it's 4.
It's definitely a 4.
Yeah.
I would round up my cornflake to the 4.
Without Quack and Fire, it's a 3.
Yes,
but
agreed.
When wrestling gets me to the point of literally having a tear in my eye, like, I don't know, maybe I'm just emotional. Maybe I'm a child, you know what I mean? I don't know. But it's like the history behind that and the levity of that moment, it felt really special to me.
As a promotion, it's still just nice. You can watch the wrestling. The commentators get over story if you need to know the story.
Yeah.
Yeah, really.
We just gave 4 cornflakes to a thing where they cut out the main event.
Imagine what would happen if they hadn't cut them out. Imagine what would happen next week when we see this week's main event next week. It's going to be great. 7 cornflakes in the Tokyo box.
So I'm Fanboy Rich on Twitter and Instagram.
I'm at the Tex Williams on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
You had a really long day today, so thank you so much for coming and doing this. We're recording this about 3 hours later than we usually would be for a podcast, so thank you, man. I really appreciate the dedication.
I'm going to go home and get myself some pasta bake.
Cool, man. All right, so worldofwrestlingpodcast.com is the best place to find us all. Go recommend us to a friend. Go on, we never ask you to do this, so once in a while, do it. Tag us on World of Rest Pod on Twitter, Instagram. Oh, we don't have an Instagram, but we do have a Facebook. So it's a World of Wrestling Podcast.
Yep.
Um,
And leave us a 5-star review on your podcast platform. It really helps us with the algorithms. It helps us move up the charts. It helps us move into more people's inboxes. So obviously, the more people listen to it, the more outreach we can get, the more interesting shows we can cover.
Sure.
And if you've already left us a review, thank you very much. And if you haven't, go leave us one now.
yeah, we've actually got a 5-star rating across all the platforms at the moment, which is genuinely
It's brilliant.
so appreciated.
I bet some schmuck's now going to go and leave us a 1-star review. Just be a dick.
It's their right to, whatever, who cares?
No, it's not.
Even if you can't be bothered to actually write a review with text, just click the buttons. You know what I mean? Nearly every podcast platform has you can click a 5-star thing and just go, boom, there you go. That's all we need to do. It really, really helps us out. Get our name out there. If you really want to support us, you can support us financially. Amazon.co.uk. Pick up a World of Wrestling Podcast t-shirt. It's the CM Punk spoof, and the new one is in the works.
And also, more importantly, if you would like a music video, if you'd like a wrestling promotion hype video,
You're promoting me.
where
Hello.
can people find your bits and bobs to see a sample of your work?
The best place is just to get me on Twitter at Fanboy Rich if you want to get in contact. But my company's called Above Arcadia Productions. I also run a music video company called Nunchuck Bakery. And I've got a job interview with someone in 2 weeks. So if you want video production, get in touch sooner rather than later, because I may not be available so much down the line. We'll see.
Yeah, but Paul Levesque will never hire you.
All right, everyone. Thank you so much for listening. It was such a pleasure to watch Chikara again. I'm really looking forward to tonight too. Bye. Trios.